So, you have gotten into a rut. I want to get out of it. You probably feel depressed, you feel lost, you feel anxious, you don't want to leave your house. Like you just feel down bad. But in my opinion, these are the things you should do. The first thing I want you to know is that nobody is coming to save you. Like nobody is coming to come to your dark, smelly, dirty room, grab your hand and be like, oh, you're feeling bad. Oh, sorry. Maybe if you have a very good friend, or you have like very close family members, then good for you. But in general, it's probably not going to happen to you. The funny thing is that you probably won't even tell your friends and family you are going through these hard times. You're just going to sit down there by yourself in the darkness, just there feeling and drowning in this pain. So just know that nobody is going to save you. The second thing I also want you to realize is that you have full control over your body. Like many times we forget that we can actually control our bodies. Like, yes, you're feeling depressed and everything, but you can actually make yourself stop feeling depressed. Even though right now it feels like it's impossible, right now it feels like you can't do it, like you're just drowning in this endless pool of like anxiety and stuff. Like you can actually stop it. Like you actually control your body. I can move my hand like this, I can move my hand like this. You choose to click on this video, you can also choose to click away. Like you have 100% control over your body. And the last thing I want you to know is to just be kind to yourself. Like sometimes the thing that even makes it toxic is not even necessarily like the depression or the bad habits or whatever. It's mostly the negative self-talk that happens in your brain. Like those cruel voices that just start playing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. They are the things that start to lead to suicide thoughts. Say kinder things to yourself, say nicer things to yourself. Alright, so for things you should do, the first thing you should do is to acknowledge how you feel. Don't try to brush it off and say, I have an iron mind, I'm armored mind, I'm feeling good, like you're not supposed to be depressed, top G. Like acknowledge to yourself that I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling sad, like my mood is not feeling normal. Like just be truthful to yourself, be honest with yourself that these are kind of hard times for me. Don't try to push it away, don't try to ignore it. Like sit there by yourself and just say to yourself, I've not been feeling good lately, like my life just sucks lately, and acknowledge it to yourself. The second one is to talk to someone or something, and this is probably one of the like most important things you could do, because the thing is that when you're always in a rut, you're depressed or whatever, you're usually going to be in your room by yourself in the dark. Because think about it, when you think of a depressed person, what comes to your mind? Some guy looking like beat down and weak and like worn out or something in a dark room by himself, scrolling on his phone, and maybe like everywhere is scattered and bottles all over and nylons and substances like drugs or weed, or like that's usually the thing that comes to your head. So the worst thing you can do in this situation is to just keep to yourself and just sit there and just like remain in that dark room. You have to go and talk to somebody. Like I said before, if you have close friends, if you have family members, if you have like people you can talk to, people in your corner, like that's going to help. Right now, like pick up your phone, call up a friend and tell them that I've not been feeling good lately. Call up your family and tell them, see what's happening to me. Call up your elder brother and tell them, like, bro, like I need support. Talk to somebody. And if you have nobody in your corner, like you can't talk to anybody, this is why I've been preaching journaling, and this is why I believe in journaling. Grab a book, grab a pen, and just write down what you feel, write down what is on your brain, and don't even just forget about trying to make it professional or trying to make it make sense or like make it organized. Like just write what is on your brain. Like, I'm feeling fucked up, this terrible thing happened to me, this is why I'm in this rut, I want to end my life. But like just write it all out, pour it all out, vomit it on the page. And maybe you're not a fan of journaling, you're not a fan of writing, fine, you can do exactly what I'm doing right now. Grab your phone, place it somewhere and just talk to it. Like talk to yourself, like just express, like let that thing just come out of you. Like just tell your phone, like I just feel bad, I feel like shit, like my life has just been feeling terrible lately, and say it out. And if you don't want to record a video, open the voice memo on your phone and like speak to it as well. And if you don't want to do any of that, pray to God. Like pray. You have to find a way to bring out those demons out of you, because part of the reason why you feel so down is because all these things are just bottled up inside of you, and there's just so much confusion and like disorganization and everything. You have to be able to bring them out, like write it down on a piece of paper, talk to somebody or talk to something, like just express yourself. And what you realize after doing this is like you feel 10 times better. At least for me, I have noticed this a lot. You finish journaling or you finish recording a video or you finish talking to somebody close to you, and you just feel 10x better. Like it's usually very surprising. I don't know exactly why it works, but it definitely works. The next thing you should do to get out of your rut is to make your bed. It sounds very like small and insignificant and it's not going to help. Yes, it might not help, but it probably will, because just like I described earlier, the depressed guy that is in the rut and everything, I want to be in bed all day, your room is dark, dusty, smelly and like things are just scattered everywhere. You're going to be on your phone scrolling. Then maybe like there's a cheese, like unhealthy junk food in your hand you're eating, or you're even smoking weed or something. That's probably going to be your life. So when you wake up in the morning, like, make your bed. Making your bed might not necessarily get rid of your depression, but what making your bed will do is, first of all, give you the first accomplishment of the day, and secondly, it will make your environment feel better. And speaking of environment, clean your environment or your room or wherever you stay. The last thing you want to do is to be that depressed guy in the dark, scrolling on his phone, and the junk, like, since trash is just scattered everywhere. That's the last thing you want to do, because the more you stay in that situation, the more it's one kind of makes you depressed. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know exactly why it works, but get up, clean your room, like, pack all the trash away, like, make your bed, make sure everywhere is organized, and also open your windows, open your curtains, let like sunlight come into your room, let everywhere be bright and beautiful. Usually notice that all these negative thoughts and ruts and everything are more prone to it when everywhere is just dark, musty and messy. It just shows that all these things are literally forces of darkness. They are there to keep your life dark and bad. So when you clean everywhere, you open up everywhere is bright and beautiful and looking clean and good, like, you're instantly going to feel better. Your mood is going to boosting up. I don't know exactly why it happens, but it's probably going to happen. The next one is to take care of yourself. Like, just like the depressed guy I've always been describing, says that kind of guy, the guy doesn't take care of himself. The guy probably hasn't taken a shower in probably like more than a week. The guy hasn't brushed his teeth in probably like 2 weeks or something. He has been wearing the same clothes for like the last 5 days or something like that. He hasn't left his, like, when you take showers, you brush your teeth, you clean yourself and everything, your mood is automatically just going to boost. Like, you're just going to feel better because you feel clean, you feel purified, you feel like good, like you have cleansed yourself. Or when you are wearing the same clothes for like the last 2 weeks or something, you haven't brushed your teeth in like 7 days, you haven't taken a shower in like the last 3 days or so, like, you're going to feel musty and dirty and irritated and everything. So go and brush your teeth, take a shower, like, take care of yourself, shave, apply deodorant, apply perfume, like, smell nice, smell presentable. And the next one is to go outside. Leave your house, leave your room. Of course, you're going to be depressed. You have been staying in this room for like the last 3 weeks. You have been staying in this house, almost every day for the last 3 weeks. You spend 80%, 90%, if possible, say 100% of your time just inside this house, inside this room, just doing like bullshit. Like, of course, you're going to be depressed. So leave your house. I remember when we were in our former house before we moved here, and sometimes, I don't know, something will piss me off. I will just feel low, I'll just feel terrible, I'll just feel angry, feel irritable. Maybe it's like family members are just being annoying, or I'm just having a bad mood, or like no good reason. I just feel very, very terrible. The thing that now makes it the most annoying is they would have send me a message to like go and buy something from this shop here, like go there and get this thing. And I'll just feel very, very pissed. Like, these people should just leave me alone. I just want to be in my room by myself, just like doing whatever. Like, I just want to be angry. The annoying part is people that I even go and buy these things from, they are usually like maybe nearby neighbors or something. And these are people I don't even really like. People I kind of dislike. But they now tell me to leave my house when I'm very angry. I'm gonna meet these people and buy something. I can't say no, so I leave the house and I go and buy this thing. But something very interesting usually always happens when I go and buy this thing. I go and buy, salt or whatever I go to buy. And I always felt better when I came back to the house, with the thing I bought. Before, I didn't understand why I always felt better, because it felt so confused. Like, I was literally very, very angry like 10 minutes ago, and people selling this salt or whatever they say I should go and buy, like, I literally dislike these people. But yet, when I left my house, I went to go and buy this stuff and came back, I felt 10 times better. I felt a lot more happy. Like, I just felt better. And I couldn't just understand why. But now that I look back on it, of course I understand why. But the reason why you feel better is like, human beings are also animals. It's like many people usually forget that. Like, yes, you're more intelligent, you're a human and everything. So you have a brain, like you're not some dumb dog or like a cat or something. Like, you're intelligent, a human. But we usually forget that to our basics, to our core, we're just animals. Like, you're not very different from a dog, you're not very different from a cat. So imagine just keeping a dog just like inside this box all day, every day, all his life, or a cat inside a cage all day, every day, for most of his life. Of course, the dog or the cat is going to be feeling depressed and weak and not agile or something. But when you let this dog go and run in the field, when you let this cat go and play around, when you let this bird fly in the open, like, they just feel more expressive and better. And part of the reason why is because in their natural habitat, they are just around in nature, they can express themselves, they are part of the world. All these houses, all these bricks and stuff, it's all just artificial, it's all man-made. This didn't come in nature. So like, of course, you are a lot more intelligent, so you know, like, you can live in a house or something. But if you keep staying indoors every day, like, you're not being exposed to your natural habitat, you're not being exposed to like your normal biology, you're not merging with nature, you're not being one with nature. So that's why, like, you almost can't explain it. But once you just go outside and you're just around trees and birds, and especially if there's like beautiful sunshine, not like today it's kind of cloudy, but if everywhere like there's bright sunshine and everything, like, you're just going to automatically feel better because you're an animal as well, and you need to like expose yourself to this your natural environment. Just go outside more, go on a walk, go somewhere, like, just leave your house. Even if you literally just go and sit outside of your house for like maybe 30 minutes, like, just go outside, leave, like, get out of this cage you have put yourself in, get out of this box. Like, you need to express yourself, you need to come close to like your natural habitat, you need to touch grass, go and touch grass. And the last thing I'll just say is to do the good self-improvement habits. Whether I like it or not, the good self-improvement habit is what is going to help at the end of the day solve your problem. But the key here is to not try to do it like as if you're a normal person. You have to, like I said, you have to acknowledge the fact that you're in a bad mood, you're in a rut and everything. So instead of, you know, saying, oh, I'm going to start exercising for 2 hours every day, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes, like, you cannot do that. Your mental capacity is not at that level yet. So instead, you start small. You say, I'm going to exercise for literally 5 minutes, I'm going to meditate for 30 seconds, I'm going to gratitude journal for 1 minute. Like, you just start all these good self-improvement habits little by little, like very small. Then you level it up over time. You know, maybe after doing it for like a week or two, after you have been meditating for 30 seconds every day for like a week or two, increase it to 1 minute, increase it to 2 minutes, 5 minutes, then before you know, you're back on track. One last thing I'll just add into it though is to also give yourself purpose. Like, part of the reason why you might even be feeling depressed and, you know, in a rut and everything is because you might not really have anything you're doing with yourself. So you have to give yourself purpose. Like, find something that is meaningful to you in this stage in your life. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to make money online, you want to, you know, like, get the jacks or something, and like, let that become almost the center of your life, whatever it is for you. And maybe you do it for a while and you find out you don't like this thing, go to the next thing. Like, you have to find something that you are waking up every day to work towards this thing. Like I said again, once again, it's just very weird. I don't know if there's a scientific explanation, but we humans, we just feel 100 times better, especially if you're like a man. You just feel 100 times better when you have something you're working towards, whether it's like this project you're building on, you know, this thing you're working on, this like thing you're trying to solve, this thing you're trying to find a solution for. Like, you just always feel 100 times better when you have something like that you're working towards. And also remember, like I said before, be kind to yourself. Like, realize that yes, I'm in this dark time side of my life, so don't like put too much expectations on yourself. Like, if maybe you're trying to do all these things and you find yourself back in that dark room again with junk everywhere and you're feeling depressed, and like, just be kind to yourself. Just say to yourself, like, I'm feeling bad, you know, like, it's okay, it's time to do something about this. I was saying, yeah, I'm so stupid, even though you're never good enough, you can't do anything right. I just acknowledge that yes, I've been feeling fucked up lately, so now let's go and fix it.